Yes, hello. My name is Laura Bisuerta Almagro, as you pronounced correctly this time, so very good. Good points on that. I'm from Spain, but I've been living in Norway for more than 10 years. And I've been working as a solutions architect, even though my education was an electronical engineer. And from the beginning of these years, I've been working in Antire, developing AI agents that are integrated with ERP system, as Mats was showing. So before we go to the demo and I can show you what we've been doing, I wanted to explain a little bit of what agent systems are. We've talked about it this week, is AI-powered systems that are autonomously or semi-autonomously, and they can perform their tasks and communicate with systems on behalf of the users. Now, in Antire, we have our agentic systems that they, as Mats was explained, they are very specific to business tasks. They are accessible via Teams or Slack or whatever the clients want to access from. They are integrated with our ERP system, which in this case is NetSuite. And the most important thing is they understand natural language. So it's a way of communicating with NetSuite ERP just by having a conversation. So what our agents are doing is taking these complex financial processes that not everybody wants to understand even, and transform it to a conversation that everybody should be able to have. Now, we talk about what, and I wanted to talk also about the why. Why is Antire doing this? Why are we developing these agents? My main goal was reducing the training time. So I've been working in implementation of this ERP system for many years. And the main challenge is to get people to use the system. We have people that have been working with Excel for finance for 20 years, and you come with this awesome system in the cloud is going to make everything so much better, but they don't want to use it. They want to use Excel. That's what they're used to, right? So my thinking is, what if the user doesn't have to be impacted by the change of the system? Of course, the company is going to benefit from a better system, but the employees, they are not motivated by that. They are motivated by better user experience, and that's what we can offer with AI. In this case, if at some point you want to change your ERP system, you only need to change the connection you have to the AI agent, while the users will be uninterrupted, keep communicating with the agent, and it will be the agent being trained and not the 100 employees that you have in your company. Antire is doing this because we have a unique position where we have a lot of knowledge in AI and a lot of knowledge in this ERP NetSuite, for example. So we just combine, we are working in tandem to just create a product that is very good and works for every one of our clients. We are using adaptive architecture. That means the knowledge base of our agents is a living document. It's a document that is stored in SharePoint, for example. And as Mats was saying, if we have an approval workflow agent and it has this, it's following these rules. For example, if a transaction is more than $10,000, it needs 2 approvers. That's our policy today. Might not be the policy tomorrow. So we want a living document that the agent is going to check, and then it's going to apply to our workflow approval. Before, this had to be code, this had to be a very rigid workflow, that it has to be changed, it has to be managed. Now it can be just a simple document that you can write. A second later, the agent is already implementing it. Okay, so we had the what, we had the why, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the how. What we have experienced is in implementation, we've been creating new functions of agents in only 7 to 10 days. That's the average. So we have a new function on an agent after 10 days. When we have an agent and a function that is working for us, we want to move it to a client. It takes an average of 3 days to have that agent in a completely new environment with the same ERP system, but it's another connection. It takes 3 days, and they are getting value from day one. As I explained, it's a policy-driven architecture, so they have all the policies and no recoding, the same agent functions, different set of rules. So the same agents that we are using with our rules can be implemented in the client with their rules, and it will work the same way. And of course, we want to take on security. Our agents are using the Copilot framework, and this is because we wanted to give some value from the get-go. We didn't want to focus so much on the security because most of the enterprise, most of our clients are using Microsoft. They have already set up these security levels in SharePoint, the access. So we wanted to use what they already have. They have the access also in NetSuite, and just use that and just focus on the agents, focus on the value. Okay. Yes, there you go. The first one I'm going to present is the project manager agent. This agent is actually live in our production in Antire and is in testing in a sandbox on a client's environment. What it does, it checks the ERP system for projects that are still open but don't have any time entries in the last 3 months. It sends a message on Teams to the project manager and say, hey, you have this project, it seems inactive, do you want me to close it? If the project manager says yes on Teams, it will close it. It can also alert project controllers if a project is closed but not completely built. It will not do anything, but just alert the project controller and ask, go to NetSuite and check on this project is closed, but it's not completely built. And it will also go through projects that are closed and completely built and have been for over 1 month, and it will close them automatically. So here we have a video. This is my desktop. Soon we will get, it's a very cute one. So we get a notification from Teams. We go in and we see this project billing alert. I am project controller in this case. We can see that it's alerting about these projects that are not completely built, and I can click on acknowledge. In this case, I just delete it so you can see the next pop-up that is going to come very soon. Now I'm a project manager, and I get this notification. You have project without recent activity. You select the projects, click on close, and the agent will do the rest. Now you have a very clean portfolio because it keeps coming to you instead of you having to come to the ERP system. And also I wanted to tell that these agents are, in addition, fully conversational. So you can see I'm asking, get me my projects, and it will only find projects where I am the project manager. So it will give me projects that are relevant for me. And I, as Mats was saying, don't need to go to the ERP system, find the information, and get whatever I need. I can just ask. It's taking some time, and I wanted for it to take some time because I don't want to speed the video and everybody think, oh, it's working perfectly. Now we give it to end users and, oh, this is not useful, it takes 1 minute. Okay, but how long will it take for you to do it? Here we have all of my projects where I'm a project manager, all of that information that can be relevant for me, but I can also keep asking questions about this project as well. I can see the project name, and then I get that project because I'm not interested in everything, get out the noise. I want to see what is still unbuilt on a particular project. So let's ask for it. And I want to know how much. I want to know a number. I don't want any noise. So it's going to use some time. It's thinking. That's a good sign. It's not hallucinating. So I'll take that. And there you go. I have a number. That's what I wanted. I don't need to go log in, open my browser from my phone. I can do this. Thank you very much. And let's move on. Here is the time entry compliance agent that Mats was also talking about. It can monitor time entries for compliance, and it can alert employees and managers when timesheets are not compliant. It also, this is for project managers, can warn when project task has, for example, 85% of all the hours that you agree with the client. So you can be proactive, saying, okay, are we going to go overboard with the hours that we allocated? Do we need a work order for this client? This agent is actually going to be released on our entire production account on Monday, and it's already on testing on a client environment. So you have here a little bit of an alert. You have a compliance alert. Do you want to check on these time entries? Do you want to see them on NetSuite, or I'll fix this later? If you click enough time on I'll fix this later, your manager will be alerted as well. So they have the time to fix this before the deadline comes. And as I said, all of the agents are fully conversational, so you can also ask, how do I enter my time off or my flexi time, or these things that can be very complicated, and they are company to company based. So there you have a very detailed answer on how to write your timesheet. Okay. Another agent that we have, this one is under development. It's not live yet, but very soon. It takes your receipt from your travels directly from Teams, and it creates expense report in your ERP system from there. So I'll just show you how it works instead of explaining. Here, this is my phone. I am on the Teams app. I find the agent that I want, and I can ask. I have a receipt on my phone that I just took a picture of, and I ask OCR this. OCR is just to capture whatever is on the image and do it and put some text on it, or just extract the characters from the picture. So this is a real receipt that I used, I think, last week. It's a taxi receipt that when I was visiting a client. Again, it's going to take some time to think. You see, this is a taxi receipt. It's a very, very long one. And I want to say I did not use any software like Google Lens or anything. It's just a picture. I could have taken it live from my Teams app, but I decided to use one that I had already. So the agent, again, is thinking a bit. It's going to extract all the data. I'm going to see it hopefully pretty soon. There you go. So I can see the vendor, I can see the date, the total amount, and the agent even has identified the category. It's saying, I think this is transportation. If you just want to confirm, I will create this in NetSuite for you. And the last one that I'm going to show you today, Mats also talked about this one a little bit, is an approval workflow agent. So it will take your policies that you have on SharePoint, living document again, and it will assess how many approvals does it need. It will go and see who is the next approver, send a Teams message, and when all the approval workflow has been completed, it will just go with that approval status and put it on NetSuite. So we take the whole approval workflow out of NetSuite and into the user's Teams, so they don't need to go in and see the reminders. Here we can see all the details of the transaction. They have a link if they want to see the PDF. They can write comments, approve or reject, or they can just see the transaction in NetSuite if that's what they want. But what's important is that they do not have to go after the transactions. The transactions come to them on Teams. And then what we've just seen, it's what's next. We have limited capabilities because we've been working only with our Copilot agents, but in the future, I'm working with the AI team in Antire. We will be able to deploy multi-agent solutions, model flexibility, so we can use different models for more complex tasks, data analysis, advanced forecasting, of course, continuous learning. So the AI will be better the more you use it. Will learn, it will be more tailored to your company. So it's just continue using it and it will continue to get better. And the future is whatever you want to make it. So I would say if you saw something that is interesting, but you think, okay, that particular thing is not interesting for us, but maybe it could leverage the same technology for us in another part of our business, then come to us, come to Antire, talk to Mats, talk to me, and let's make the future together.
Thank you very much.